Let's talk about rap, shall we? You know, when we're talking about rap, we're not just talking about music. You know that we're talking about art and literature, fashion, lifestyle, definitely talking about money. Also talking about drugs, poverty, sex, violence, politics, the struggle. How do we get from the beginning to the now? How do you understand what is rap? First, you got to understand that it's not a music genre. It's a culture, my people. So you have to get a cultural perspective. Rap came out of the civil rights movement. Rap was influenced by funk and disco. Rap began on the East Coast. Once you have those basic principles in place and understood, then you can move forward to truly understand it. Rap in the 70s was a social gathering. It was usually utilized at the summer block parties. At these black block parties, you had the DJ who spent the records and the MC who spoke over the records. Rap was not how it is today. The DJ was what he always did, just spinning the records, and the MC was just the hype man, get the crowd hype. He was there for the DJ. Over time, the MC started putting his own poetic, his own rhymes over these beats that the DJ was spinning, creating and crafting his own songs, becoming popular, getting mixtapes, passing it around. Soon, everybody thinks that they can rap. In the 80s, it's pretty popular. It's spread from the neighborhood of the Bronx, New York. It's all the way across into California. As it spread through all these urban communities across America, it was inevitable that all the issues and problems that plague urban America would begin to influence the music that came out of rap. And it most definitely did. Also in the early 80s, you had labels popping up because rap was slowly beginning to be seen as viable. An enterprising individual created the label Def Jam. On Def Jam, you had artists such as Run DMC, the Beastie Boys. Rap became an urban phenomenon. And when you have an urban cultural phenomenon, you're bound to have those who are held in high esteem. You're bound to have stars. Some of the first crops of stars to come out of rap, individuals like Will Smith, LL Cool J, Ice-T, Ice Cube, Queen Latifah. All these individuals got their starts in the 80s. As rap began to blow up amongst the urban communities, it was inevitable that the element that is street would show up. And in the late 80s, a California group from Compton named NWA began to popularize what was become gangster rap. In the early 90s, rap began to go mainstream with the likes of MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice, just to name a few, who received prestigious musical awards for their works, a first of its time, legitimizing the art form of rap. You also had lots of political unrest in the early 90s, and this undoubtedly influenced lots of the material that was coming out from the artists of the time. Groups such as Public Enemy and X-Clan, Boogie Down Productions, all expressed their displeasure with the social, political status of many Americans. The Rodney King beating, the Los Angeles riots, the O.J. Simpson trial. All these things show how America viewed the black community. And many of the urban youth decide to fight back through their lyrics. This is also due to the fact that there was heavy influence from the Islamic community of the time on the East Coast. The Nation of Islam had made a resurgence into the urban community's radar, and they had came with a message that was greatly needed at the time, and the youth were the main recipients of that message, and many of them expressed it through their music. All right, a lot of them expressed their political distress through their music. But this only lasted so long because soon money began to creep in to rap at an alarming rate. Because you had artists becoming superstars. Will Smith became a superstar. LL Cool J became a superstar. Queen Latifah also became a superstar. Ice Cube, Ice-T. Many of them parlaying their urban charisma into successful movie and television careers. You also start seeing a lot more rap labels starting to receive big deals, and more labels are beginning to compete and outsell many pop artists. You had artists like Snoop Dogg. You had artists like, of course, Tupac, who was a major film star at the time. One of the most iconic.